Oh, your bottom is so black. Oh yeah, I'm sort of ready, yeah. Welcome to Murder, Mayhem, Medleys, and Monster Trucks. Craig Ventresco and I will play our songs for you. Here we go. No. Oh, Steve speaking German. Let's see. Is my computer in the picture? Oh my god. Is my oh. I have a towel on my head. I just got out of the shower. I took a cold shower. It was no big deal. It was no big deal. Here's let's see. Shaking like a leaf on shaking like a leaf on a tree. I'm coming loose from this dam. Shaking like a leaf on a tree, 'cause I'm coming loose from my man. Like a weeping willow, I'm weeping on my pillow. For years and years there ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. Down and down he dragged me, like a fiend he nagged me. For years and years there ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. Although I may be blue, still I'm through. I must tell him goodbye. Rather than have that man, I would lay me down and just die. Broken-hearted sisters, aggravating misters, lend me your ears. There ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. Shaking like a leaf on a tree, it's coming loose from the stem. I'm shaking like a leaf on a tree, I'm coming loose from my man. Like a weeping willow, I'm weeping on my pillow. For years and years there ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. Down and down he dragged me, like a fiend he nagged me. For years and years there ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. Though I may be blue, still I'm through. I'm gonna tell him goodbye. Rather than have that man, I would lay me down and just die. Broken-hearted sisters, aggravating misters, lend me your ears. There ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. One time I met a gent, broken bed. He was singing the blues. Brought him in, sure as sin. Walked up with my husband's new shoes. Rather than be his'n, I would go to prison and give 3 cheers. There ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears.
What is that?
That was the Cabaret Rag. Thank you very much for listening tonight, you guys. We really do appreciate it. What you got?
What do I got?
I don't know. How about this one? This is just you have heard of Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. She in love with he in love with she. Romeo and Juliet had such a love affair, but I must declare none of them compare with me and the boyfriend and me. You stick together like sap to a tree. He's like a diamond, a little bit rough, but when he loves me, he shines with his stuff. Sometimes we battle like all sweethearts do, but when the battle is through, we sit in the park and get that kiss in the dark. I mean that boyfriend and me. You have heard of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. He in love with she in love with he. Romeo and Juliet were such a loving pair, but I must declare none of them compare with me and the boyfriend and me. We love each other like Russians love tea. We go to ball games and fights you can bet. We don't miss nothing if passes we get. He drives a car for some big millionaire, but after hours, oh gee, the country is grand and how he drives with one hand. I mean that boyfriend and me. Me and the boyfriend and me. He's only 20 and I'm 53. He calls me mother and I call him son. When we're together, oh, ain't we got fun? I sit on his knee and he sits on mine. It's just a picnic, oh gee. Little Tad Fay, outside of that, he's okay. I mean that boyfriend and me. Oh, me and the boyfriend and me.
He's a little Tad Fay.
So funny.
substitute, sweet substitute. She always tells me that she's mine, all mine. She does anything that I tell her to, 'cause love is blind. She's got such loving ways. My brain's in a daze. My new recruit is mighty sweet and cute. I'm crazy about my substitute. I don't need a regular, 'cause I'm crazy about my substitute. Sweet substitute.
Yeah. Wow, Steve. Tobacco cigars make you salivate profusely. You know what?
Well, don't smoke them then.
Tobacco makes me salivate profusely too. What is that about? I don't know anybody else. I would every time I would draw from a cigarette, I would just be like drooling uncontrollably. I'd be like emptying my mouth of drool. I'd be like spitting, and there'd be a giant puddle. Sorry if this is gross.
It is a little bit.
Well, Steve commented about him that he'd salivate profusely when he smoked cigars. Anyway, yeah, like what causes that? Why? Why is that? I don't know anyone else that happens to. And anyhow.
Since my uncle
Thought that was a
passed
good
away
topic
and
to-
left his will to
to
me,
perpetuate.
I face this world in many lands beyond the restless sea. But now that I'm back home again, the sweetest thing by far is weaving golden fancies while enjoying my cigar. As I smoke, smoke, smoke out in my garden fair, and I dream, dream, dream in grandfather's rocking chair, and I view, view, view such visions framed in oak, the faces of dear ones that smile upon me in the smoke, smoke, smoke. Sorry.
Okay.
My chickens wouldn't res, the dawn was singular but true. My next door neighbor heard of it and told me what to do. I placed some yeast and water in a jar outside the door. Well, talk of raising chickens, such a rise you never saw. As they poke, poke, poke out in my garden fair. Well, that jar, jar, jar of water and yeast was bare. Then they flew, 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 those chickens about the smoke. They lay loaves of bread that were light as my head. Then I woke, woke, woke.
It's like a musical. It's like a musical. Craig bursts into song spontaneously whenever you mention basically anything. You know what? I'm gonna play the cello. I want to. It's all zipped up and everything in the case. All right. Captain Jinx. All right. Captain Jinx one night on Broadway, all alone. Got the news about the wireless telephone. Pretty blue sets began to stray over 7,000 miles away. Then he went and drew a whole month's pay to phone and say, hello, how are ya? How are ya? I'm gonna talk to Honolulu to ask her this. Give me a kiss by wireless, please state. I can't wait to hear her reply. I'd on every little thing I own to talk to New York on the wildest phone. Hello, how are ya? How are ya? Hello. After he was through his phoning, he was broke. To his friends he started moaning, it's no joke. All the money spent to phone that bar, I could buy myself a motor car. But I love her like a real Jack Tar, so here we are. Hello, how are ya? How are ya? I'm gonna talk to Honolulu to ask her this. Give me a kiss by wireless, please state. I can't wait to hear her reply. I had to pawn every little thing I own to talk from New York on the wireless telephone. Hello, how are ya? How are ya? Hello. Hello, how are ya? How are ya? I wanna talk to you, Honolulu, to ask her this. Give me a kiss by wireless, please state. I can't wait to hear her reply. I have to phone every little thing I own to talk from New York on the wireless telephone. Hello, how are ya? How are ya? Hello. I have to pawn every little thing I own to talk from New York on the wireless telephone. So hello, how are ya? How are ya? Hello. That is a yodeling cadenza, doesn't it? I mean, it begs for one.
You ready?
Oh, yes. Well, I can't start until I know what you're playing.
Well,
If you want to tell me and count it off.
I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking.
Gotcha. Oof.
What?
Just thinking of all the things I could do with the cello. Like play it. Or dress it up as a person. Like go to the carpool.
just gone.
Just gone. My heart goes pitter-patter. No one knows what's the matter. Just received, just received. Jeez. My heart goes pitter-patter. My heart goes pitter-patter. No one knows what's the matter. Just received a telegram from my Alabama home. That's why I'm gonna worry till the time when I hurry. That's the truth, the cabin door, never more to roam. Some sunny day, with a smile on my face, I'll go back to that place far away. Some sunny day, with that red-headed hen, she'll say, how have you been? And go back to the hay and leave me my breakfast. Some sunny day, I'll be on that express, flying away to my little bunch of happiness. Oh, how I pine for those lips, sweet as wine. They'll be pressed close to mine some sunny day. Sunny spring is the season when birds sing. There's a reason rolling stones who hear their song begin to long for home. Low and green, Mr. Verdi, don't begin with birdie telling you to go back home, never more to roam. Sunny spring is the season when birds sing. There's a reason rolling stones who hear their song begin to long for home. Low and green, Mr. Verdi, don't begin with a birdie telling you to go back home, never more to roam. Some sunny day, with a smile on my face, I'll go back to that place far away. Back to that shack and that red-headed hen, she'll say, how have you been? Then go back to the hay and lay me my breakfast. Some sunny day, I'll be on that express, flying away to my little bunch of happiness. Oh, how I pine for those lips, sweet as wine. They'll be pressed close to mine some sunny day. Some sunny day. That's an Irving Berlin song. That's the best part.
Across the street from where I live, there lives a girl, and her name is Rebecca. She's 23. She joined an Oriental show and then decided that she'd go to Mecca across the sea. So she sailed away one day to Turkey far away, and she lived in the Sultan's den. She stayed about 2 years, got full of big ideas, and now she's back home again. Since Rebecca came back from Mecca, all night long she sits round smoking Turkish tobacco. With a veil round her face, she goes marching round the place. And yesterday her father found her with a Turkish towel around her. Oi, oi, everyone's worried so. They think she's crazy in the dome. She's as bold as Theda Bear, Theda's bear, but Becky's bear since Rebecca came back home. In Decca where the nights are hard, Rebecca got an awful lot of learning. Certainly did. She goes to sleep when incense droops and has to keep a bowl of incense burning. Some classy kid. Her mother feels so bad, and her brother Mo is mad, and he keeps on complaining so. To satisfy a whim, he keeps on calling him Mohammed instead of Mo. Since Rebecca came back from Mecca, all day long she sits round smoking Turkish tobacco. She lays on a Turkish rug. Everyone thinks she's a bug. And since she got back from the harem, she's got clothes but she don't wear 'em. Oi, oi, everyone's worried so. She made the Sultan lose his throne. Once her little sister Sonia wore her clothes and caught pneumonia since Rebecca came back home. Theda's bear, but Becky's bearer since Rebecca came back home. Tomorrow we're playing at brunch time. Knowing how everyone enjoys a good brunch time musical entertainment. That's at noon our time rather than 8. So we'll be playing tomorrow at noon our time, as they call it. Please join us. What you got?
Should we do home or you ought to know how much I love you?
You ought to know how much I...
Great. You say you doubt my love. Okay, let's do this. Okay. You say you doubt my love. I swear by stars above that when you talk like that, I just don't know what you are thinking of. And I can't figure out what it's all about. I don't see why my love for you should be in doubt. You ought to know how much I love you, how ought to know, that's an A set, how much I care. Every time that I breathe, dear, a thought from me you receive, dear. The many kind things I do, ought to know that only love, dear, yes, could make me be so doggone blue. Actions speak louder than words, dear, and if that saying is so, how much I love you, oh my dear, you ought to know. And I can't figure out 'cause I've racked my brain till I'm about insane, but through my brain there only runs this one refrain. You ought to know how much I love you. You ought to know how much I care. Every time that I breathe, dear, a thought from me you receive, dear. The many kind things I do, they ought to prove it to you. You ought to know how much I love you could make me be so doggone blue. Actions speak louder than words, dear, and if that saying is so, how much I love you, oh my dear, you all know. You ought to know how much I love you. How to know how much I care. Every time that I breathe, dear, a thought from me you receive, dear. The many kind things I do ought to prove it to you. You ought to know that only love, dear, could make me be the way I do. Everything that I say, dear, and all my actions should show how much I love you, oh my dear, you ought to know. That's You Ought to Know How Much I Love You by U.B. Blake, I think.
Thank you very much for listening tonight, you guys. Please join us tomorrow.
At noon. At noon.
I guess that's about it. Thank you in advance if you tipped us, and if you are looking at the PayPal.
Thank you in advance if you will have tipped us.
Yes, if you have decided to tip us and are thinking, I don't know, maybe I won't. We hope you decide you will. And we hope that when you do, as Meredith frequently reminds you, don't use purchase protection.
Well, yeah. Well, I was just playing with tense. Will have. Because we hope we...
Because purchase protection doesn't work. It's been proven. It was a law for 10 years. It didn't work. A lot of people got arrested for it.
They did a study, a nationwide study. Well, anyway, purchase protection is insurance that PayPal sells for when you're buying things on the internet from strangers. And, you know, anyway, so thank you so much for your tips, for your listenership, for your comments. You know. Even if you've just tuned in and thought, good for them, and then
Don't believe a thing you read or half of what you see. That's what Mother said to me when I was a kid at 3. Now I know my ma was right. She was right in every way. 'Cause in the papers every day, here's what the headlines say. Taxi drivers never cheat. That's a lot of bunk. And cops are always on their beat. That's a lot of bunk. I took a showgirl out with me. We dined at Cafe Paris, and she said, I'll just have cake and tea. That's a lot of bunk. Father, get the hammer, 'cause there's a fly on baby's head. Waiters never take a tip. That's a lot of bunk. Car conductors never jip. Why, that's a lot of bunk. It was only just the other day I phoned 2,000 miles and say I got my number right away. That's a lot of bunk. I was engaged to someone with a wooden leg, but I broke it off. That's a lot of bunk. That's a lot of bunk. That's why you don't use purchase protection. 'Cause that's a lot of bunk. Everybody loves to die. That's a lot of B-U-N-K. Little babies never cry. That's a lot of bunk. I met a tramp whose funds were low. I listened to his tale of woe and I said, poor man, take all my dough. That's a lot of bunk. There's a sponge in the water. Now you'll see something swell. Girls are darn good cooks. That's a lot of bunk. And they love to read good books. That's a lot of bunk. 2 girls took 2 boys in their car, and when they got out pretty far, the boys said, stop or we'll tell Ma. That's a lot of bunk. She knocked my apartment, and so I knocked her flat. Watch out for bunk, people. Watch out for the bunko man. 'Cause that's a lot of bunk. Have a lovely evening.